Okay.
What I'm saying is, we don't realize how cool this MACD is. And if I was to say, I mean, not just the MACD, but also just the clouds. Okay. Like it's unbelievable actually. Like for example, so this is just a 1 minute chart. Okay.
Right.
You have the wave, you have the DPO. DPO is not necessary in my view, but I've just kept it on, and that's the 151 DPO.
Right.
Then the bottom one is the MACD, the standard MACD that I have, except that, so the red green is the standard MACD for the 1 minute chart, and the cyan and yellow is the 5 minute MACD. So 12, 26, 9 multiplied by 5.
Right. 60, whatever it is. Yeah.
So, but okay. So, I mean, if you look at all the shit that's happening around you, when you look at, and this is NQ. Now, ignore the waves for the time being. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like for example, from this point onwards, okay, this whole thing, right? So you have a MACD that goes positive, right?
Yeah.
Clouds become green. And then you have a 1 minute down and then a 1 minute up. Right? Then you have again a 1 minute down and a 1 minute up.
Right.
Right? And then again a fall, big fall. The MACD basically tells you the 5 minute MACD is down as well, completely. And now what we're basically waiting for is a 1 minute MACD fall. Right? And then looking at the waves, you got a double wave. So you could have entered here, all of that. And it's a red cloud still. So, like for example, here, the cloud was green on this one, right? Same thing here, but then there are places where there's confusion. Like look at this squishy zone, right?
Right.
Where you have a MACD that's gone down, a 1 minute that's come up, and then falls. And at the fall, you have a double wave on the 1 minute as well for that fall, right? Now, let's also look at other scenarios. So that's just a purely looking at MACDs and then waves and doing whatnot. But now let's look at some other scenarios, sticking to the clouds. Okay, and this is a bit of a rare event, but it is actually pretty interesting. Okay, this might actually be literally that. Okay, can you see this wave here? There was actually a red double wave down.
Okay, yeah.
See that? It's a small blip.
Tiny, yeah.
Right? You got a double wave red on a green cloud. Okay. Again, as I said, it's a rare event, but it's actually pretty interesting. So it also kind of tells you that if the cloud is green, you get a double red wave, you want to look for a nice, real big pullback. And that's what you got. And you'll actually find this, it's not just one-off, frankly. Here as well, actually, although it looks pretty murky, but literally right here, you have a green cloud. So much of confusion, so much of shit, but then you have the cloud doesn't change. The cloud is always green, and then you have a double wave down, and then a double wave up. Right. So that is the other thing. So if you look for double waves on the 1 minute, I mean, even here for the matter, actually, literally right here, you have a double wave down,
right,
and then a double wave up on a green cloud. So I mean, I'm telling you, Dave, there are enough ways to skin the edge.
Right.
It's just that we don't apply our minds at times, you know.
Right.
And that's the real fact. That's the part. That's actually, you know, it's again so much of person dependent. I mean, look at this right now. Again, same shit. What is the cloud? Red.
Mm-hmm.
See the waves?
Yeah. Double wave there.
A double wave on a red cloud. Bam. Okay.
Now,
And I can go on. Yeah.
For sure. So then, how do you incorporate the 15 and 5? Is it the same principles?
So okay. So here is what actually happened. So I was telling, you know, I was writing to you guys on the in the notes that hey, if you look at the clouds, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at the clouds today, on say, so this is a 15-minute chart on NQ. It's all green, okay?
Right.
The 5-minute chart on NQ is green.
Right.
And I'll come back to why I think everyone should record themselves and make videos of learnings. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if you followed what I wrote in my notes earlier, you would be looking at this opportunity, or you know, like for example, yeah. So you can see here, red cloud,
Right.
and you would want to basically go along, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what happens? You try to go along,
Oh,
it starts breaking down. Actually, forget. In fact, the better example actually is gold. And gold and NQ are pretty much the same charts, frankly. Okay. And I'll show you why. But then just bear with me for the moment on this one right now. Okay. So you can see green clouds, 5-minute, 15-minute, literally here.
Yep.
Okay. And then you have a 1-minute red cloud.
Yeah.
Check this right here. Okay. Crowds were green, you got a 1-minute red, and you wanted to go long. And I would have gone long on this 1-minute double wave.
Yeah.
See that?
Yep.
What happened was it went up and then it fell. I mean, I barely made oops. I was barely able to make some money.
Right.
And then it fell. Okay. And then it took me out. Come on. Okay. Right. You can see that. Yeah. So there was a double wave right here. I went long and then it fizzled. And it has fizzled for the last few hours, 3 hours at least.
Mm-hmm.
Now, why am I telling you this? And why did I mention that it's important for all of us to record ourselves and, you know, kind of make notes of what we learned? Is because this was the same pattern which had made me lose 3 trades in a row last time. And I made a video on that to make my post-mortem of my loss.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same thing that's actually happened again. Okay. So basically what happens here, I mean, again, which is why the MACD is so powerful, and even the waves obviously are powerful, no doubt. I mean, look at my ignorance. Okay. So I was because I'd written down all of the stuff to you with you guys, right? Today morning, I wrote long on this. Oh, look at the red cloud, and then you wanted to go long when it turns green, right? In this case, it did not turn green. At the same time, if you look at where it turned double one on the green, did I ever get double or did I get a single on the 5-minute? No. Right.
Oh, right.
Look at the MACD on the 5-minute. Look at the MACD.
Yeah.
Red. Right. And this is the same thing. This is the exact same thing that happened to me on that day. Okay. I thought it was going to go up and it never went up. It went up, it tried to go up again, failed again. Went to go up again, failed again. Okay. So thankfully, because I had recorded all of that before, I reminded myself of the same point to say, oh, I failed on this one trade right here. What's happening? Because I was just so gung ho about this whole, rocket booster, power booster move on the upside,
right,
that I kept thinking of it going long. But then but then because I remembered that, hey, the MACD never turned red here, and the wave didn't turn red, even turn green, even if I wanted it to turn green. And my whole point in that video was, if I was to actually do a trade recap, what would the code be? Would it be clean 15, dirty 5, and double 1? It can't be,
no,
right? And that's what happened. But so then I realized that I was in that same mode as that day when I made those 3 losses. But then I said, okay, so how do I then make use of this opportunity, right? So I looked at this 5-minute MACD on this 1-minute chart, and then you can see the opportunity. So I wasn't afraid to go short right here,
yeah,
right? Even though the 5-minute waves were mixed, even though the 5-minute or the 15-minute waves were unclean, but because of just the 5-minute MACD, you see the 5-minute MACD was negative, right?
right.
And I got a 1-minute pullback on the 1-minute MACD, and then down.
Sorry, you
But
got a
that was
1-minute
so
pullback. Oh, there. Okay, right.
right, yeah. And then the wave anyways was confirming the same, right? So just the fact that I'm making videos for my own recollection and posterity, and and I did not get sucked into the mode of, oh, I need to now only look for longs because this cloud is going to turn from green to red, red to green, and it's a
Yeah,
booster move. So I need to look for huge moves up. I didn't get swayed into it. I realized that something is not right here. And then obviously it was not right because the 5-minute MACD was not playing up. The waves were not playing up on the 5-minute. So I was like, okay, it is exactly what happened on that day. And then so I literally opened up that video, frankly, Dave. Okay. I saw the chart and it was the same chart. It was trying to go up, but the cloud remained red, and it fell, and it fell twice before it eventually started going up
right.
after like 3-4 hours, right? And it just tells me every day that thank God that I'm recording myself.
So the 1-minute chart is basically all we need in a sense. It's
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So then I started looking at the 1-minute chart. I said, okay, so I put in the 5-minute MACD,
yeah,
right? And that's when I started looking at the 1-minute chart. And I said, hold on, okay. I normally don't like to trade on the 1-minute chart. I want to look for the 5 minutes. But then now that I got the MACD here, okay, what is it telling me? And then that's when I realized that when I start, and again, why should I ignore the cloud? Look at this right here. Double wave on a green cloud. I was like, cloud is green. The MACD is green on the 5, clearly. And I got a single wave here, which is okay, no problem. But lo and behold, I get a double wave here on a double wave pullback and a continuation on that. I'm like, that's interesting. So then I started looking back again, right? See, and this is the thing, right? So every failure is a step to learn. But then if
right,
the problem is that it's very good to say that, right? Oh, I learned from my mistakes, but only if I write it down, if I record it down, will I ever retain it, and then I can refer to it to say, okay, what happened when I made the mistake the last time?
right,
Right? Because say I went wrong, Dave, even though I have written down to myself, right, that hey, this is something that happens, and I need to wait for the 5-minute and the MACD and all of that to go red, to go green, if I want to go green here. But I actually failed on this trade. I actually went long on this only because of this double wave on the 1. I went long here, but I failed because the MACD on the 5 was red. This is the 5-minute MACD, which is yellow here. And
right.
then the 5-minute wave never turned green at all. So that's, and so I still made the mistake, but then I realized that, hey, hold on, I've seen this before, and let me go back and see what really happened.
And you took the short.
And then I took the short. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, so more than just the fact that, hey, you can trade the 1 minute or whatever you want. So
Right.
then what I've done is, so what I then did was I actually looked at the 5 minute chart. Okay. Now look at the 5 minute chart here. The 5 minute waves are all green. Sorry, uh, the 5 minute cloud is green,
Right.
right? The 5 minute wave is mixed.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The 5 minute wave is mixed. We don't know. As in, there is no clear direction. But I plotted the 5 minute MACD and a 15-minute MACD.
Mm.
So this line is 3 times of the
Yeah.
5 minute, right? And then you can see here, and again, if you look at exactly where my cursor is on the 15-minute chart,
Yep.
the MACD on the 15-minute has gone red. So basically, that's negative momentum. Now look at the 1 minute. Okay, back again, and then now look at where I took that trade. I took this trade right here. Okay, so let me mark it. Right, but why is it actually even good? Because from this point onwards, the 15-minute and the 5-minute MACD both are red. You see that?
Yep.
So that 1 minute pullback on the MACD was awesome.
Here's the power move before the
Yeah,
drop. Yeah.
and it's going to happen right now again. And we still have 1 minute, 15 minute and the 5-minute MACDs are both red even right now. And we're going to get a short right now on gold, which I would have not taken because I would have been
Before.
waiting for clean, all of that stuff, right?
Right. Huh.
So, so that's what I'm saying. It's unbelievable how it's just so simple for me now to go back and see what went wrong, and then
Yeah.
learn. I mean, and then so similarly, what I've done is on the 15-minute chart, I have
Mhm.
a 15-minute MACD and a 1 hour MACD, which is 4 times 15
Right.
for the 60, so 50 minutes.
Yeah.
So this is the 1 hour MACD. That's it.
Oh, Raul.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
This
Exactly.
just becomes
Exactly.
more and more clear. It's funny, like just when you think
Exactly.
it couldn't get any.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, so I never think that, I don't think that way. I know that there is more and more and more every day to learn. There's no doubt. But you know, even just the MACD on its own, but a multi-time frame MACD just
Right.
add so much depth to what you're looking for. I mean,
Yeah.
and when people look at the cloud, but how do they use it? Right? They don't use that cloud because
No.
they don't they just painted it just for the heck of it, right? But I mean, if you just look at it and tell yourself, why the hell is the cloud red and the MACD green,
Hmm.
right? And that's the point. I mean, it's that simple actually. It's just that we don't think. We really don't think hard.
So I'm trying to. Okay. So I'm just trying to look at the entry point. What happens on the 5 there?
Entry, you have to keep it at the 40 and the 200 without a top.
Right.
So don't mess with that piece.
Yeah.
All I'm
Entries
saying
avoid
is
all those. Yeah.
because on the MACD, I'm not able to tell you, Dave, this is the MA to stick to in terms of the entry. So I'm
Mhm.
saying stick with what you know anyways.
For
The
now,
40
yeah.
for the single and the 200 for the double. Just stick with that. And it will at least give you a good guideline of where you are with the trade. So if you just randomly click a button and just try to enter stupidly, it
Yeah.
will tell you that you did something not so good, not
Yeah.
so
I
smart.
can do that
So
all on my own.
yeah, exactly. So stick to the from an entry perspective, don't mess with it. But I'm saying, I mean, just looking at in the MACDs and the clouds across whichever chart that you want to look for. I mean, it tells you the story. It's just that we are not smart enough to, sit every day and ask ourselves, what the hell is happening there?
So the beauty of this is that it aligns with the waves, and I mean, it just helps us clarify the entries
Yeah,
based off of that,
yeah.
as
So,
opposed to levels and crap that's on. Is that?
yeah.
Let's
So,
be.
so, so here is the other thing now. So if you followed what I told you on gold, okay, NQ is the same exact setup. Okay, look at NQ. Okay, you will find the same strangest things happening on NQ. And I took some shorts on NQ, I took some longs on NQ. It's just so weird. So weird. Look at, so green cloud, green cloud, green cloud.
We missed it at 5, whatever it was.
What happened on the 1 minute? What happened on the 1 minute? Red cloud, right? Red cloud. So you want to go long, right? Where would you want to go long? Luckily, NQ was not as bad as gold. I did get long, right? And luckily, like for example, right here, where was right here, somewhere here. Yeah.
What time are you pointing to?
Around 3:11.
Okay, there.
So
sorry, it's frozen. So I just oh, there we go. Okay.
Here, and then there was a long here. Okay, double wave back again, all of that. But look what happens here. And I kind of preempted this. I'm like, only because of the MACD. Check it out. Okay, the MACD was green also. Like for example, you can see the MACD on the 5-minute MACD
is below.
Was green. No, is green. Is green. The blue line here. Okay. So
sorry,
again,
I think there's a lag or something.
Sorry, but if you see the 1 minute chart here, this much. Okay. You will see that the 5-minute MACD went green here.
What time frame? Sorry, just if you repeat the time, I can.
317.
Okay, yeah, 317. Yeah.
MACD goes green, and then you have a red 1 minute MACD, which goes green back again.
But and you can 5-minute was positive.
Yeah, and then you can see back again, it was again green, and then we had a double wave. Wave was double wave here, long, but then it did not travel much. I mean, it did actually. The numbers don't look that big, but they were pretty.
Yeah.
Then after that, because we were trying to make new highs, but then we couldn't make new highs here. We got stuck at the euro high. Okay. And then I was like, okay, so I had already seen the red stuff on gold, where everything was green on the 5 and the 10, but it was not going green on the 1 minute. So I was like, hold on, now what's happening on the 1 minute? So I saw this double wave happen on the 1 minute. Okay, double wave down, and I looked at the MACD on the 5 minute, and I was like, it was pointing downwards. So I literally used your favorite DPO, and I knew that the wave was anyways down.
Right.
The DPO is also pushing down, and the 5-minute MACD is also pushing down. Let's go short.
So the entry though, you would have missed
the entry was actually, so what was happening was it was trying to break the London Open and the pre-market open. They were basically those level right there. Okay, so it had actually tested that level before. It had been testing the level before earlier as well, and then basically I was looking for that level break. I'm like, okay, now the DPO and the MACD, everything is telling me that it wants to break. So I went short, and I didn't. I mean, it went short from 91 onto the euro low, which is 73. Obviously, I did not take all of it. I took, I think, 12.5 pounds.
Huh.
But it was again something which was, you could see it's developing, and it's going to crack.
Yeah, the DPO definitely adds the other layer that for me it does.
I mean, I'm okay. Yeah, for you it does. It's just a preference. And I mean, I'm not saying it is useful and not useful or any of that. It's just how you feel comfortable. So there's nothing wrong with it.
Well, you always see the bigger moves once DPO crosses. Like, I mean, say you're in a trade that says the waves are whatever, both have crossed, But then once the DPO crosses, then you always tend to get the bigger moves.
Yeah, absolutely. I do. But yeah, so just the multi-time frame MACD, like having the 5 minute on the 1 minute and the 15 on the 5 or what have you. It just, and then looking at the cloud, it just, something that we don't pay attention to most times. It is just so freaking useful.
With your
you don't read.
with the MACD settings on is it it's the average number 2. Let's just go there. Average 2. I gotta change the color.
It's already there. I don't think you have to do it.
I just have to turn it on.
Yeah.
So but if you go down, so average 2, value 3.
So I've only turned the value to on. You don't need
Yeah.
the average to. I just have the value to on.
But then the color has to be changed.
I mean, I don't know how, but you don't need to change. It actually remains yellow and cyan because it's hard coded. Yeah, but I'm just saying, focus, if you keep it simple, but don't get too entangled with just the waves on their own, right?
Right.
Because if you need to kind of be, see, the only issue with the waves is that because we don't have a multi-time frame wave option, you have to kind of rely on looking at the wave for the 1 and the 5 separately.
Right.
But that is not the issue for us on either on the moving averages on the 1 minute chart, because on the 1 minute chart you also have the 1K that tells you where the 5 minute node is, and you can have the 5 times MACD to have the 5 minute chart or the 5 minute MACD on the 1 minute. So that's why it helps.
There we go.
Yeah, so
oh boy.
basically the 5 times MACD on the 1 minute chart, the 3 times MACD on the 5 minute,
yeah, I'm
and
just
the
trying to
4
get
times MACD on the
done.
15.
Yeah, for the 15. Okay. So
5, 3, and 4.
I'm frozen in Thinkorswim hell. Oh well. Okay. The first right click of the day.
Enjoy the feeling. Enjoy the feeling.
Yeah.
I've had so many of those.
All right, I'm gonna stop this and then stop. Oh wait, no, stop record.